This is a fully automated social media content system that I use every single day to help write incredibly personalized and relevant content. I'm able to use it to brainstorm LinkedIn posts, YouTube scripts, video ideas, post descriptions, and generate images as well. And so today I'm going to show you exactly how you can build this entire application yourself and start automating your own content workflow. By the end of this video, you're going to become an expert at creating these kinds of apps in just a few minutes, and you're going to be capable of automating a lot more than before. Jumping right into it, this right here is what I like to call my content machine. So this is the application that I have built, and this is what I specifically use to help write content of all different types. So if that's my LinkedIn post copy and content, YouTube scripts, helping create some intro scripts, as well as YouTube descriptions and keywords, and really anything that needs to be super hyper personalized to who I am and what the content should be about and what I want to automate. And so scrolling into one specific part of the content machine that I have here, this is kind of like a canvas tool that I was able to create. We've got these sort of modules and blocks which we can move around and drag on this particular canvas. And the whole goal is just to make it so much easier for me to be able to take bits of information to use in a prompt to generate from it. So I can take, in this particular example right here, this is going to be used for generating LinkedIn copy and LinkedIn posts. And so what I have is a couple of examples of LinkedIn posts that I've created and I've fed into this particular chat agent, which you can see here, alongside a direct YouTube video upload, which you can see here, my latest YouTube video, which I've uploaded. And what I have is this chat instance, which has all of the context as to the entire script from this video here, as well as the examples that I've given it. So it's pretty powerful. It's pretty easy to use as well for me to come in and tell it that I now need a new LinkedIn post that's relevant to this video. So you can see the use case there for me to automate this workflow. And so I'm able to come along, and if I've got a new video that I'm uploading, I can just say, please create a new LinkedIn post based on the examples for the new video I have provided you with. And I can send that off, and it is going to go ahead, and it has context and has, knows all of those sources. I click the sort of settings button up here. We can see all of the sources that it has access to here, and it's going to be using that in its context. We've got multiple AI models connected into this system as well that I provided it with. It's going to be using the Gemini 2.5 Pro model in this instance, and this is going to help speed it up. I don't have to now think about writing this LinkedIn post. It's gone ahead and there you go. It's just done it for me. We can see this OpenAI's voice tag is powerful, blah, blah, blah. And now you can build with no code. What's the point? Just drop the new video, critical for anyone, full video review in the comments. So this is awesome. This is literally probably what I would just directly copy paste into LinkedIn and start using. And you can see that it's pretty well tailored to the structure and the format that I was looking for. It knows that it's relevant to a video and that there's points in this video because it pulled it out from the transcript. And this is just a super easy way to do this rather than using ChatGPT. Scrolling over a little bit, I've now got this other section here on the canvas, and this is dedicated for creating YouTube descriptions. So if I want to create a description for my YouTube video to put at the bottom where the description is, obviously, I can just give it some examples, give it the YouTube video, and just tell it to now generate a version for this video. So these are basic, simple use cases, but it saves a hell of a lot of time not having to go to ChatGPT and do this all manually. And so once again, create a video description based on the examples I have provided. We'll send it off, and it should go ahead and give us maybe a couple or one description related to our video. And it's going to be using some of the examples that we have here. So hopefully you can now start to see what this sort of content canvas, content machine, I haven't really got a good name for it yet, is really built for. And so there we go. Here is the description, and you can see we've got sort of 3 paragraphs. Just runs through LiveKit, blah, blah. We can see here, LiveKit, the open source tool that powers voice AI systems. I've just released this no code agent in this video. There's a rundown of what the video is actually about and everything that I'm going to be walking through. So that is awesome. It should be optimized for keywords as well. So perfect description that I can now take and put into my YouTube videos. Scrolling down a bit further on the canvas that I have here, this is a more intense LinkedIn post creation system. I won't dive too deep into all of this because it is a little bit personal with some of the information that I've fed into this for it to work. But ultimately, I've just added in a bunch of context about the companies that I run, bit of my backstory, some sample content or LinkedIn sample content to pull from, as well as some information on how to format the responses properly. And all of that is just dragged through these nodes into that one chat agent. So it can be a really, really good AI that I can just give it one solid instruction for, and it's able to generate that post right away. Scrolling over a bit, I've also got this part of the canvas, which is dedicated to generating images for my LinkedIn posts. So I can use the previous part over to the left here to generate a LinkedIn post. And then coming over here, what I can do is take that LinkedIn post and turn it into sort of an image or a graphic that I can use alongside that post. And so I have tailored this to have a specific format with these sort of 3 examples here, where it's kind of just text on the page. It has my logo in the bottom, and the text it's been prompted in the back end, as you can see with the image post prompt, to look at the text of that entire big LinkedIn post and pull out maybe one of the key elements of that post and just throw it into the bit of text here. Now this is powered by the Nano Banana Pro model, new model that just came out. I was able to swap over as well into this model. It's able to see my logo at the bottom here because I've literally just uploaded my logo and dragged it in. And now it has context as to what my logo is, and it's able to reference that. Scrolling down even further, what I've got is a bunch of my YouTube videos that I've added in all of the transcripts for, and I've connected a chat agent to, and this can be used for quite a few different things. If I want to do new video ideation, I can just tell it based on all of my current videos, what are some new videos, ideas and unique ideas that you can come up with? What are some video title ideation ideas that you can come up with based on my previous videos? What are some improvements do you think I can make to my videos? Whatever. We're really able to just put together all of that information quite a lot easier, and we're able to just throw it into an AI model and get some really good insights and make it so that it's super easy to do this, which is kind of the key part of it. We don't have to manually do anything. We don't have to throw this all into a ChatGPT prompt. This is just super easy to work with. And lastly, but I think you get the point now as to exactly what this system does and how it works to speed up sort of content creation workflows to make everything a bit more personalized. Another image generation thing, this is for Reliable, which is our software tool that we have. And this is what we use to generate posts and images specifically for LinkedIn or other areas as well. And you can see the kind of quality that you can expect from it. It's pretty damn good. Nano Banana Pro is once again powering this, which is kind of a key thing behind it. We're able to generate these graphics with text that is literally perfect. It's got very little mistakes or issues with it. We're able to give it context on our business and give it context on the software tool that we have. And just based on that, it's able to generate these really awesome graphics that are aligned with our branding, aligned with exactly what our software looks like. And you can see and you can just see some of the results that it's been able to produce. So these 3 images here were literally all produced by the model. So I can zoom in a bit and you can just see the quality of it. It looks awesome. This is sort of got all of our branding. It's got our software here and it's styled within our branding as well, which is awesome. We've got this right here as well. We've got this image at the bottom here. Literally looks amazing. And so all I need to do if we are releasing a new feature or doing something new is come along to our image generation system. I can just tell it that this is what I'm looking for, hit the generate button. It's going to generate it right away, and I can just hit the download image button. And so this is going to save a lot of time. If you were previously using Nano Banana within the Google AI Studio, then you know you obviously had to write out your prompt and then add your images, and that just takes a bit of time. And so this just speeds up that entire workflow. All right, so you're probably wondering now, how did I actually build this application, and how can you also build this application as well and build it in pretty much just a few minutes? Well, the kind of big secret sauce behind this is that, well, I obviously didn't code this myself. This was done with no code whatsoever at all. And that was done by literally just using Replit, which is, if you're not familiar, it's just a vibe coding tool. So I'm able to tell it exactly what I'm looking for, and it is able to take my instruction set of the application that I'm looking for and turn it into a literally fully functioning app. As you saw right here, this is something that we literally use every single day. This is just one of the many apps that we have that we've built on Replit. And this is exactly what I'm going to showcase how you can build it with. And this is really just an incredible hack to speed up a lot of your workflows, or if you've got clients to speed up their workflows to help them out, you can build them systems and solutions using a tool like Replit. And just to prove that this was actually built here on Replit, this is the sort of Replit interface. And this is a specific chat instance that I used to just generate this app. And you can see right here, this is the entire application working, everything here. And we can see they've got a chat system on the left-hand side here. And this is literally what I did to build it. So I just talked to the Replit agent here, and I said I was looking for a content canvas system where I can drag and drop nodes and have text elements and chat elements. And I want to be able to swap the AI models and have YouTube videos and use APIs and whatever. And I just gave it all that information and sort of went back and forth with it to build out this app. So to get started in building out this system for yourself, what you need to do is come over to Replit here. And what we need to do is really design a prompt, which is going to let Replit know exactly what we're looking for. So we can make sure that the sort of first iteration, the first prompt that we give it is going to be with enough detail to understand exactly what we're looking to do, and for it not to mess it up or get confused or build something that we're not looking for. And so typically what I like to do is just go to ChatGPT and use the voice dictation tool right here to really just talk about what I'm looking for, and just have a big message sent off to ChatGPT to generate an AI prompt for me to then copy and send to Replit. Just found that it's kind of the fastest way to do it. And notably, if I come back over to Replit, you'll notice there are 2 modes on Replit from building out an app. either build or design. Design has just come out. It's just in beta. They've only just released this. I didn't use the Replit design to create what you can see right here. The design here is not terrible, not bad at all, but it is quite a standard kind of look for a lot of these sort of Replit generated or AI generated applications. And so Replit design has been sort of purpose built to make it look a little bit better, a little bit more unique to what you're building. So I'm going to start off with using the design feature here. I'm going to tell it exactly what I'm looking to build. We're going to get it designed, and then we can use the build feature right after it to actually turn that design into a fully functioning application. Hey ChatGPT, I am looking to build out an AI content canvas system. So I want to be able to have an application in which I can drag and drop text modules and then sort of drag them into a chat module. So we can upload a bunch of post examples, maybe LinkedIn post examples. I want to be able to have multiple of them on the canvas, and I want to be able to then drag them into a chat module so I can very easily reference example content and have really personalized content generated through that chat interface. And so I want you to go ahead and create an AI prompt in which I can send off to a vibe coding software, specifically Replit, to be able to create this application for me. So I want you to create the AI prompt to send off to that other AI so it knows exactly what I'm looking for. Also, if we're able to use the React Flow module in order to build out this application, please add that into the prompt to use that as well. Other stuff included, we also want to be able to do image generation. So we want a separate module to the chat module for image generation. We want this to be powered by the Nano Banana Pro model. If we could do that, that'd be great. If you could create a prompt for it, that would be awesome. So there we have it. I just spoke to ChatGPT about exactly what I was looking for. I didn't give it every single detail, but I give it enough detail to get us started with the canvas, with some text modules, with a chat module, with the image generation model, and we're going to go ahead and see what it can do for us. So I've just done the dictation. You can see everything that I just talked about. You can tell that there's quite a lot of content here now. That would have taken quite a while to type out on my keyboard. So we can send it off and hopefully get a prompt back. Okay, so that just completed. To be honest, probably a little bit more information than I actually needed in order to get the app started. I'm just going to tell it to reformat this in a non-formatted format. So there's just straight text that we can send off, and tell it to make it a bit more concise. That's great, thank you. Are you able to output this in a non-formatted state, as well as, can you make it a bit more concise? Just make it maybe up to 10 sentences. Okay, so ChatGPT just gave me this. I've uploaded to the Replit design now, and we can go ahead and just hit start designing. And this is gonna go ahead and literally start to build it for us. So it now knows exactly what we're looking for, and hopefully it's able to design something that looks nice. We're able to confirm that design as well, and we can turn it into the fully functioning app, very similar to what I just showcased before. All right, so that request that we sent through has just completed, and we can see right here that we got the canvas that it is just designed. So it has done it a little bit differently than what I previously had. So obviously it's your opinion as to whether it looks better or not, but it definitely looks a bit more designed than my previous one. If we go back to my design right here, it's very similar. It's both using the same React Flow component, which is what I sort of prompted when I talked to ChatGPT to use React Flow. The reason I said that was because this workflow right here was using React Flow. If I have a look in the bottom left, you can see that it's using React Flow for the sort of the canvas library that it's using. I would just recommend getting it to do React Flow, as it's the one that works quite easily and Replit knows how to use quite well. You don't have to say React Flow. Obviously, if you don't know these libraries and components, you don't have to be technical whatsoever, but just to make it a little bit easier for the actual AI to pick up on that. Otherwise, I can have a little bit of an explore and just see what's going on here. So we've got sort of our content on the left-hand side here. Not exactly sure, so it's not very similar to mine. So we've got project vision. We've got this module right here. Looks like we can drag it around. Already looks quite a bit nicer than my other one, actually. Got some nice graphics around it. It's got a sort of a selection field as well, so that looks quite cool. And it just looks like this app has taken a little bit of a different approach as to how to work with these nodes. Not sure if it's better or worse. We'd have to obviously play around with it a bit more, but it looks like we can drag these modules. Looks like we can change some of the content. And if you hit add to context, it looks like it adds it to this chat on the right-hand side here. So if I remove it, it's gone, and then active context. So it looks like if you want to talk to the nodes, you just have to bring them in, add them to the context, and then what we can do is then just chat to the information. So what nodes do you have access to? See if this works. Not exactly sure which model this is connected to, but it looks like that actually worked. Analyze 3 context items. So supposedly if I wanted to go ahead and just drag in these modules and then just change the content to be some LinkedIn post examples, then I suppose I could just come here and tell it to generate the LinkedIn post examples based on the content that I've uploaded. So that works quite well. Pretty happy with that to generate right out of the gate. And it looks like in the top right here, we've got the generate image as well. So if we want to generate images, Nano Banana Pro looks to be connected. Looks like we can come here and just add to context as well once again, and we can just describe the image that we're looking for. Not sure if this is connected. So I could just say create image of a cat. I don't think this is going to work because I doubt that it's connected to any API key. Okay, there you go. So it isn't connected. That's obviously not a cat. I'm not sure where this image came from whatsoever, but it looks like we just need to add our API keys. So one thing that I will recommend right away if we are going to be connecting into or building a tool like this that requires multiple different AI models and Nano Banana Pro and obviously all of the Gemini models as well is using a tool called OpenRouter. So if you've built any workflows on end-to-end, you might have used OpenRouter before, but ultimately it's just sort of one API that we can access to get access to all of the different AI models. And so for building a tool like this, it just makes it a lot easier. We don't have to have 10 different API keys to manage in our application. We just have one, and then it'll just give us access to every AI model. So this right here is OpenRouter. You can see the unified interface for LLMs. Ultimately, you just need to sign up for an account here, add a small amount into your balance to be able to obviously use the different models, and then just go ahead and create an API key. It's pretty easy to do. Just click on the keys right here and you'll be able to create an API key and use it from here. So I could just set it to Replit demo video. This is going to be my name, and then I can turn this on, include bring your own. And then at the bottom, I'm going to turn this on. It says include BYOK usage and limit. So this is bring your own keys. So and once you've generated that key from OpenRouter, we can just come over to Replit and just give it the key itself and just tell it to use this key to access OpenRouter for all of the different models. Now, when you go ahead and paste that API key into the text box at the bottom left here, what you'll see is a sort of a warning pop-up comes up and says that we've detected you've inputted an API key, and what it will do is to suggest to add it to the secret section of Replit. And that's why at the bottom here, you just see this sort of OpenRouter reference. So I just renamed the API key OpenRouter, and that way we're not just sending an API key to the AI model for it to process or whatever. All right, so it looks like it went ahead and did that request that I sent through, although what it did is it created a settings option at the top here for me to add my OpenRouter key and then select the AI model that I wanted to use. Doesn't matter, whatever, that's completely fine. Doesn't really matter, completely fine to have a settings option. I suppose it's a little bit more advanced than what I had before, where this is sort of just done in the back end, but I should be able to get it working by adding the key. So I've just added in my key there, and I can go ahead and try to generate a cat image, and we'll see if we can do that. Doesn't look like it actually generated the cat image once again. So this is the process of building these kinds of apps. It's definitely not going to be a one prompt thing where you send off the prompt and it builds it right away. This is going to be a process where you are going to have to do a little bit of debugging and a little bit of configuration to get it exactly how you're looking for. Obviously, this didn't build it in one prompt. This took a little bit of a back and forth to add in some features and the annotation stuff as well. A little bit of a process to work with and go back and forth. That's obviously the process for building stuff like it. But once you are able to get this up and running, this is going to save you on a subscription cost for having to pay some other company to get an app like this up and running. It's going to make it so it's a lot more customized for what exactly you'd be looking for as well. And it means that you can, if you wanted to sell this to other people as well, if you wanted to offer this to your clients to make some money off it, this is going to be the way to do it. So to fix it, I'm just going to come over here and tell it that it doesn't seem to be working in terms of the Nano Banana image generation and using that AI model, and just see if we can get it to look into that and fix it. If you want to make the AI's life a little bit easier in terms of getting these AI models, what I did do previously was I went to OpenRouter and just searched for the specific AI model that we want to use. So for Nano Banana Pro, for example, this is kind of the OpenRouter endpoint, which is Google/Gemini 3 Pro image preview. I'm just going to copy this, take it over to Replit and tell it that this is the endpoint to use for it. For whatever reason, it might just not know exactly what the endpoint is. This is obviously a brand new model from a few days ago, so it is possible that it just doesn't have that in its memory. So I've sent off a couple of requests there for it to add in the Nano Banana Pro model there, and we'll just go ahead and see if it's able to get that working. Okay, so just by telling it to fix that issue, it managed to eventually get there. I just gave it a couple of the models specifically to use on OpenRouter, and we can see that the cat image was able to get generated right there from my prompt. So pretty close to what we have at the moment on my current system here. There's obviously a little bit more to it with the YouTube video as well. The way in which I'm able to pull through those YouTube videos is by using an API call to a specific endpoint, which allows me to pull through video description details and the transcript information, as well as the thumbnail and title and all that information. And I was able to get access to this API by going over to an API hub called Replit API. This is pretty much just a big database of a bunch of different endpoints that we can use to do really sending data off to any endpoint and having that data transformed and just enriching that data for any kind of task that we're looking for. In our case, obviously it was for the YouTube transcription and getting details about a YouTube video. But we can come over to the Replit API and just type, YouTube video. It'll probably give me a bunch of examples. We can see here, media downloader, MP3 converter, YouTube video transcripts will probably give me more details. YouTube transcripts, there's a bunch of YouTube transcript stuff. Pretty much you can go through and just find one that you like. You can subscribe to it and then just take that API request and API key, throw it into Replit, and you're going to be able to just use it in your actual canvas just by telling it to do so. Now, if we have a look at the bottom left of my screen, you can see that it's now asking me to convert it to an app. Once again, we're in the design mode right now. This is not necessarily the best instance to building out the actual application, as this is purely to do with the design work. What it is recommending at this point is to convert it to the app, which is what I would recommend to do once it is designed how you'd like it to be designed. You can also manually do this by clicking the settings down here where it says convert your design to an app to unlock more autonomy, and we can just convert it to an app here with app testing. And so that is going to allow it to be the full-on application, not just the front end, which is what we have here. So hopefully you now got a pretty good idea as to the process that is involved in building out the content canvas system that I showcased at the start of the video, and how we can simply just prompt this idea into existence and continue to work with it to build out this application, which is going to be able to speed up that content creation workflow. This is obviously just one idea of something that you can build here on Replit specifically. There's obviously a million things, an unlimited amount of stuff that you can build to help automate your own workflows and help automate your own business internally, and or build these systems and sell them to other companies. If you want to learn more about AI and development and automation workflows and AI agents, and you are looking to integrate these systems into your business, or you're looking to sell these systems and make some money by selling them to other companies, I would 100% recommend checking out my completely free school community, which I'll have linked in the description. We've got over 20,000 members now. We've got 50 plus agent templates and courses in there as well, and it's all free. I'd love for you to join. There's no reason not to. We've got a bunch of people in there that can help out and answer any of your questions as well. And once again, it's completely free, and I'll have it linked in the description.